What up, world? It's your boy Laos. Back in the building with another video. Candy Kids. From rags to bags. We back up in here. What's happening with y'all? How y'all doing? Hope y'all taking care of yourself. Hope y'all taking the advice and getting it popping with the workouts. And hope you're getting back to work. Hope you're gonna continue when you get back to work to eat from home. Great home cooked meals, so watch your health and all of that. Very important. So, that's what we on. I'm actually just getting off of work on my way to the crib now. Shout out to all the essential workers. Like, we out here putting our lives on the line daily. We still losing people daily. But everything is about to open back up. These companies, they need to make this money now. People need to make this money now. So it never stopped for me. I had to work through the whole thing. So we out here. But shout out to everybody that had to work. Shout out to all the people who's not working, that's on unemployment. I know like it should start to get stressful soon if you don't get back to work, even though you're receiving that check, because that check run out. I know what that feeling is like when you know that, all right, this is temporary. You're worried if you get approved because you got to apply every week. But shout out to those guys. Hopefully you're taking advantage of this. At Candy Kids, it's all about rags to bags. So this is one of them times where you can actually level yourself up. I spoke about this on the other videos. You can go back and check it out. But we just live a day to day right now. We coming up with the plans. We coming up with the master plans to really take life to another level, man. And there's some great things in the works. It's a great opportunity right now to snatch the properties. I actually started investing in the stock market too. Actually, my supervisor made me open an app called Robinhood, and he made me put some money in there and start trading just to see how it goes. I only put up like $90, and I was up $4 because when you sign up to Robinhood, they give you a free stock. Like, you get to check and see what like, it's like a scratch off kind of thing, like a digital scratch off. And I scratched off, so I got $4. So I had that on the market. I actually lost the $4, but I still got 90. So I'm just holding on, watching the stocks go up and down. And if I start to really pay attention to this and learn this thing, it might be a whole nother career, a whole nother wave. And it's actually funny because I was watching The Wolf of Wall Street for a little bit last night, and I kind of started to understand things they was talking about in The Wolf of Wall Street. And I seen that movie before, and now I can understand it differently now, and I watch it then as before. Like, now that I'm looking at Robinhood and kind of seeing what's going on. So I'm trying to take advantage of these opportunities too. This advantage of everything being crazy and not knowing where the future's going. I'm trying to take advantage of that with all this craziness. And what do you guys think about Trump with this whole, I can't say Trump because it ain't just Trump, but just China with this information that the coronavirus came out of lab? And how do you guys feel about that? Because to me, it seemed like something out of Spider-Man. I mean, we already in the hood thought that that's the case, that this is man-made. We've been saying this from the rip. This is almost like chemical warfare. We've been feeling that way. But for what he's saying, it sounds like a movie. Like, the bat bit the allegedly. I didn't read the story. This is what I heard. A bat bit somebody. They got sick and went home and spread it to one person, and then boom, it just started spreading off. It sounded like Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man was at the lab. He got bit. Now he go home. Come on. So we don't know what the narrative is. It's whatever they make up. It's whatever they say. Let's not blame Chinese people in America. You know how America is real racist. You see how they treated us, blacks, African Americans. You see how they treated Middle Easterns when 9/11 happened. And some people deserve, but really, we gotta remember we human. And Chinese people aren't bad people too. Like, without Chinese people, we wouldn't have a lot of dudes having food, even though they was feeding you straight dog and cat and garbage. Like, we grew up off that Chinese. We grew up off of, we wouldn't have Wu-Tang Clan. We wouldn't have Bruce Leroy, the Last Dragon. Like, come on. No, we rock with the Chinese people too. They ain't the people. Maybe the country or whatever might be responsible, but the people ain't. They going through it too. They losing lives too. Shout out to you people. We know what it's like at Candy Kids. We know what it's like to be left out and forgotten about. So shout out to you Chinese people. I mean, they do a lot of good things in America. Them people ain't, and definitely don't treat American Chinese people like that. Absolutely. They have nothing to do with that. Also, there's a situation where police was arresting somebody in the Lower East Side, and bystanders was coming by to make sure that the police wasn't going too crazy on them. And one guy got too close to an officer, to a detective, and he's telling the guy to get back, but he was very aggressive with how he was talking to the guy. The guy got a little too close, and then the officer basically just hit him, punched him, knocked him to the ground, sat on his head, put him in cuffs. And I don't know the whole story. I haven't really read it. I just seen like little clips. And man, let me tell you, it's crazy because there's two sides of it. Like I hate the police when they start this brutality thing. But with this situation, I don't hate the police. I'm saying when they come with this brutality, I hate them for that, right? I hate that part about their job. But I don't know whether the guy knew the other guy, but it's like when you approach in a situation, like you're supposed to move away from the problems. You don't walk to the problem. He walked to the problem because what you're gonna do, you're gonna get your head bashed in too. And they put this cop on death duty, took his gun and his badge, but all them other cases like that, them cops beat it. The cop might have a defense in what he did. Why this kid approaching him in a certain type of way. Now he went overboard, he went ham, and you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have compassion for your people. You're a brother of color like we are. Have compassion. And the kid should have knew, don't approach him. It's another way to handle this. So you gotta be easy. Unless you got your team with guns, like they got a team with guns, and you got some sharpshooters, and you ready to die right there, they ready to die right there, then by all means. But if you got the law on your side, it's a lot they got to protect them that make them keep going, like, you know. So we gotta have the same balance like the Black Panthers did. You gotta have the same balance, like you operating within your laws, and you got your team, they got their team, then you can go. But you can't go when it's like 40 of them, what you gonna do? So I'm definitely not co-signing that cop, but I'm saying as a you gotta be a little bit smarter, because you don't got no wins, man. You ain't gonna win that. If they went too crazy on the other kid, you get them fired, you hit them with that lawsuit, you do what you gotta do. But come on, when you outnumbered, you're done. When they got the drop on you, you're done. So keep that in mind. You handle the police, they gonna get handled. You let your lawyer do the talking. You do your due diligence. diligence. The pen is mightier than the sword in certain situations. And if all else fails, you know what you got to do. But I know people saying, well, they didn't handle the Jews like that. The Jews is having gatherings and all of that. But like I said, I didn't pay attention to either case, the Jews or I know there was some arrest made. I don't know if it was physical harm being done, but I know one thing. They don't play with the Jews how they play with us, though. Because they stick together. We got to stick together. They knew it was going to be some repercussions behind this. They would. So, just saying. But shout out to all the police officers because they are essential workers, putting their life on the line. Every day it must be tough being a police officer. Stress must be up, but you gotta, come on, have some compassion for people. You putting your hands and feet on this kid. He could have, that the kid did it, come too close, you could have, because if I was bodying that car, I probably would have, but you don't know. Whatever it takes, right, to make it home to your family sometimes. But that's it. Leave a comment below. Let me know how y'all feel.